Howdy y'all, welcome to Lac's Lives. I'm Lacander, and this is Lac Plays Minecraft. There's an arrow in my inn. What in the world? I wonder how long that's been there. I never even noticed till just now. Stupid skeletons and their arrows. So today we're gonna take a little look at what I've been working on with the dry docks, and then we're going to work on the Shipwright's office that's going to be attached to it. So let's run over there and take a quick look. This is early, well for me, early morning recording session at pre-noon on a day off, because apparently I'm the only person I know that likes to not be surrounded by crowds of people at every possible moment of my awake time. I know they've got concerts and family gatherings today, and people I haven't talked to in months calling to want to do stuff, and I'm like, just take a day off. Just nice, quiet, take a day off. Alright, anyways. So, what I've done is I've gotten the podzol, and I scattered that around the front edges here. I couldn't think of something that would look good for, like, sawdust kind of deal, so I should probably scatter some podzol back around here, too. Yeah, so I went with the podzol. I know it stops here suddenly. I was going to say shuts off, but that's not the word I want. Because we're going to build the Shipwright's office on this side over here. And so I wasn't exactly sure where it was going to go and where the podzol needed to go. So I did put in a little sidewalk leading from the road to the loading bay here. And I did throw down some logs next to it. And then this back here is the rest for the door, and so I put a big sliding door on the side of the building here. And we'll go up the stairs here, and so this is a loading dock. And so I put, like I said, I changed the color of wood for the pallet. It looks much better with different color wood. This is spruce. And then I made a little crane with, oh, I'm not done with that yet. I forgot. Let's finish that off right now. And then we can look closer at the crane as I get the supplies to finish it off. I was actually going to record this yesterday, but one of the guys on the server hadn't been on a while. He had I fell in lava, I quit this game moment not too long ago. And so he hasn't been on, and he didn't know where anything was at. Because it's been a while since he's played. So yeah, he was pretty mad. Of course, who doesn't get mad falling in the lava? That can be really irritating. Oh, I cleaned up the supports on the roof too. You can see coming in from this side. And I attempted to do it on this side as well, but the brackets, the track for my little crane here got in the way on this side. So really it's only got support there and then at each end of the top track. But for my cranes I went with just some oak log, and then for the tracks they're attached to I went with stone slabs. And then you can see the double stone slab there that the log's attached to, and then this is the double stone slab again, which in my imagination slides back and forth along the I don't know, arm of the crane here. And then this is the claw that's used to grab the wood and stuff. So we're gonna go up here though, because this one I felt needed more support. So I went ahead and added I added in... Really? One of these days, I'm going to learn to stay on whatever it is I'm standing on instead of falling every 5 seconds. Yeah, you're going to be in the way. And then I kind of want to chain here. Which I think I'll take this down here. Come on, I need to go down one more here. Like so. And then we'll pretend that's the chain that connects them. Can I have that dirt? I mean, if you don't want to give it to me, I can do without, but... They really need to add something to this game where you can connect things like rope or chain, because... Maybe I won't just, I won't let it go over so far. I don't like the way that looks. Oh! Yep. Yep. Don't even ask me to do parkour anything. I can't do it. Alright, you all come here. Now if I take you back... Whoops. Take you back off. Oh, because there were 2 of them there. I didn't realize there were 2 of them there. Let me get that. Put that back. Wow. But yeah, so I took him for a little tour of the server and showed him where like the tree farm was at and the... Okay, that's the thing it's at now. So I want one here and then one there. That really looks too sharp for what I want, but it really should be out here. Oh, ah! Oh, man, my inability to stand on stuff is driving me crazy today. Just stand here. Just stand here. Don't touch anything. Just stand here while I figure this out, all right? Now, what if I run this out one more and then and do this? Come on, get on here. What if I do... Will you get on top of that? Come on, you can do it. Seriously. You don't have a hitbox like a block, so I can't... Go there. Thank you. Now you go here. I'm going to take this... Wait, did I just put that there and then just pulled it back off? Because, you know... Let's do that. And then let's do that. Okay, let's not do that. That might work, I guess. It's not quite what I was looking for, but I don't have enough room here to angle the whole thing over. You know, see, it looks terrible from down here because it's not connected to anything. And I was fine with it as a little puff ball. You sure you don't want to... Whoops. Oh, what if I did that? That could work. What if I did... Puff ball... hoofball on either side, and then it's like a double chain running down. Let's see how that looks. Nope. Nope, couldn't make that slight jump. That looks a little better, I think. Alright, so this one needed a chain, so that's a chain. We'll pretend that's a chain. It's not even close to a chain, but whatever. And then in here, of course, you saw me last time put together the ship. Well, I've gone ahead and added some lights in. There's not enough light in here yet, but we'll get to that later. And then I did another crane, and you can see the crane here. Actually, I put in... Well, ooh, I didn't do the other one yet. I forgot about the back one there. And so this one has, been extended down to hold the ship's rib as it's being moved into place. Which apparently my crane can only go over one more spot anyways. So I guess it's a good thing this is where the ribs are at. I guess that makes this the largest ship they could build. And but you can see that was kind of my idea here with the cranes, and then when they need this out of the way, they just slide it back. So, they have to get all their... The mast is usually the last thing you put on, I think, anyways. So, they would slide the crane back out of the way before they put the mast in place. And then that way the top of the crane wouldn't necessarily be in the way, the arm of the crane there. Which doesn't need chains because it stretches from one track to the other. Alright, let me go make it daytime again. And then we'll get some supplies to start on the Shipwright's office. Which I think is going to need some dirt to fill in the ocean. And some stone... And maybe some stone fence. Or some stone. I don't know. 37 might be enough for what I want to do. Let's grab a few things of dirt. I don't know how much dirt I'm going to need. Was that some stone in there? Yeah. And then let's go ahead and grab some wood. We're going to make this out of dark oak as well, so it matches up with the rest of the construction there. I'm also going to have it set a little space between it and the construction building there, the hangar I'm calling it. I did knock holes in here for the doorway, and so there'll be like a little walkway between the actual hangar and the construction office. So let's go ahead and just a 3-block walkway is probably enough. Because I'm going to do like the employees break room. I'm sure the dudes need lunch and stuff, so and we'll do that out here. And then this is going to be, I'm actually going to run this right over to here. And so this sand has got to come out. And filled in with dirt. Well, I don't know about the sand underneath the stone. Nobody's going to see that, but, I guess we'll take that out. While I'm doing this, I thought we could talk about the new extended version of The Hobbit that came out here a couple weeks ago. I finally sat down and watched it. Yeah, it was pretty good. The Hobbit's not my favorite of the Tolkien stories. I actually like the Lord of the Rings way better. When I was a kid, I really liked The Hobbit. And then when I got older, I thought The Hobbit was too kiddie after... Okay, it went like this. I read The Hobbit, loved it. Tried to read The Lord of the Rings, hated it. Because they are very different types of stories. Yeah, they both involve people with swords and bows, and even some of the same characters are present between the two books. But the Hobbit book is a little more funny and lighthearted than the Lord of the Rings books. The Lord of the Rings books are very into the worlds, and this is the Hobbit's really just about a group of guys who go fight a dragon. and and so the first time I read The Hobbit, I thought it was awesome because I was like, I don't know, 11 maybe, might have been younger than that, I don't know. And so then I tried to read Lord of the Rings, and Lord of the Rings is a whole different animal. And it is long and slow. And yeah, there's some exciting parts, but there's a lot of, which I enjoy now, a lot of world building and character development and history lessons, basically, of the world. And, and so The Hobbit wasn't really or the Lord of the Rings wasn't really my thing when I had first read The Hobbit. Okay. And then, as I got older, and I appreciated things like the history of the worlds I'm reading about, and world building and character development, well, then my taste changed, and The Hobbit is okay now, but Lord of the Rings is really good. And I probably would have switched which one I liked more when I was, I don't know, 14 or 15. So it wasn't that big of a gap between reading The Hobbit and not liking The Lord of the Rings and liking The Lord of the Rings. But The Hobbit was like one of my first books of being introduced to reading fantasy. So, read a lot of sci-fi as a younger kid, because they have more, or they had more, not true anymore, but they had way more science fiction. I remember the library we went to had a whole shelf of, I cannot remember what the name of those books are. It was a whole series of books. They were like Johnny Quest, only that wasn't the dude's name. I actually think his name was Johnny something, but I read a lot of that when I was, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. I also liked horror, so I read a lot of, I didn't have Goosebumps when I was a kid. That came out slightly later. Like, just missed the Goosebumps stuff. But I remember reading these tales for the midnight hour and stuff like that that were for kids. Anyways, I don't know if it has anything to do with The Hobbit, but, I got lost in a tangent while I'm laying down some dirt here. That's what I do. I get sidetracked. And anyway, so I kind of feel that way about The Hobbit now, is that it's not as cool as Lord of the Rings. It's not as in-depth. And so, they're like Lord of the Rings, they make 3 movies out of, right? And the 3 Lord of the Rings books together are gigantic. And then they do weird things with the Lord of the Rings when they turn it into a film that I didn't appreciate. Still don't appreciate. And I really don't like the Ghost Army at the end of the Lord of the Rings, because that's not what happens in the book. And what happens in the book is more dramatic to me than what happens in the movie, because Ghost Army, who can defeat anything, not as cool as the orcs and goblins thinking their reinforcements have arrived and the mercenaries pouring off and then turning out to be on the side of the good guys. So, anyways, so we got the Hobbit movies, and somehow they've decided to stretch the Hobbit into 3 movies. And so there really does feel like a lot of padding to me, because, I mean, they rush through Lord of the Rings. It felt like, in spots. And, but, you know, they're working with different material than what I've read, too. The Hobbit is really strange, in that it has been rewritten by the author multiple times, and so there are actually several versions from the author, plus versions that never got released, plus notes on things he thought about doing with the book, and I've just trapped myself in the ocean. There we go. Alright, so this is going to be our Shipwright's office here. And then it's going to be a couple of stories. So I'm going to use the wood, the dark oak here. 2, 3. So that would be our first floor, our floor in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I'm totally going to destroy the view that these people have of the ocean with this Shipwright's building. Sorry, guys. You're out of luck. That's what you get for living in a city. I guess they get to look down on the street now, because this building is going to be a biggin. Yeah, so they've split The Hobbit into 3 movies, which I think is just crazy, because it's not that big of a book. And then on top of that, they, like I said, they're using material that's not available to the public, so, you know, whatever they want to add, they can add, because you'll never know if that was part of Tolkien's idea or Peter Jackson's idea, or I don't know if Peter Jackson wrote the screenplay. Which is, which is all right with me. I don't mind when they take liberties as long as they're good. There are some things that aren't in the Lord of the Rings books that made it in the movies that I enjoy. So, and there's some things missing from that were in the books for the Lord of the Rings movies that I don't miss. Friends of mine are like, "Oh, I can't believe they left out that part." I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't really enjoy that part in the first place." "Oh, that's my favorite part." One of the things I did find weird is that, for me, the moment when Bilbo and Gollum meet for the first time and they do their War of Riddles, in the book there's like 4 more riddles than they show in the movie, and I just thought it was weird to cut out the building tension of the... Well, I guess they took out the building tension completely in the movie anyways. They just basically... Gollum's like, "I'm gonna eat you! I'm gonna eat you!" And in the book it was a little longer, just 4 riddles. It was... See, what was to me was important was the fact that... oh, look, I could have just jumped up right there. I didn't realize that wasn't a stone wall. What was important to me was that Bilbo was running out of riddles to ask. And so his last riddle wasn't even a riddle before he asked, "What's in my pocket?" And they totally left that out. And Gollum is still asking these difficult riddles that Bilbo doesn't know, because Bilbo isn't a riddler. Uh, and so I was a little disappointed when they cut out riddles, because I thought that was important. I guess it's not really important, but I like the scene better in the book than in the movie. Anyways, this has still, we haven't got to the extended stuff, and we're running out of time here. So the extended stuff, I think they added in a song, and they added some stuff with like Gandalf meeting Bilbo when he was a child. Um, I think there's some more stuff in the Elven part when they're at Rivendell. At least a couple of parts in there were new, and I like the additions. I did not like the Goblin King singing now. That was just weird. Um, I mean, the dwarves singing at dinner time, fine. I'm fine with that because, you know, that just, it's in the book. I'm sure the Goblin King singing's in the book too, but there's a difference between the Goblin King singing a tune when he's getting ready to torture people and having a basically singing and dance number with orchestra. It was very, for want of a better term, Muppety to me. You know, Muppets just break into song at any given moment. It was kind of like that, and I just don't see that being part of the character's demeanor. You know, like when Gollum sings his songs about, you know, fish when he's fishing. Fine, you know, that fits the character, but there wasn't no band or dancing number with the with Gollum while he was doing it, and it just seemed really out of place to me. Um, it was just really strange. That was the only part I didn't like, though, was the Goblin King singing and dancing. That was just weird. Um, maybe you disagree, but that's my opinion. And I didn't care for it. But other than that, I did enjoy the extra. I usually do like extras in my movies, anyways. You know what? Now that I'm up here, I didn't bring any roof materials, because why bring the roof materials when you're gonna be putting yourself up on the roof? Come on, get up here. That's pretty cool though that I got all my planks in place and I've only got one left. But yeah, the song the dwarves sing at dinner in Rivendell wasn't as good as the one they sing at Bilbo's house. I like That's What Bilbo Baggins Hates. I thought that was pretty funny. Ooh, I am lagging. But I forget exactly what they sang at the... Come on. Exactly what they sang at the Elven dinner there. Yeah, it's a good thing we're at the end, because I don't think we're going to be staying connected much longer. Oh, I did, not that you care, but I did, well, I don't know, maybe you do care. Did talk to my buddy about the Feed the Beast server last night, and he says he's just going to keep it up instead of shutting it down, which is good, because when it shut down yesterday and I went to go on my saved game didn't save, and all I had was a file from sometime in November, and I definitely don't... Aw. Really? You know you need that dirt to get you up on top. But, so yeah, he says he's going to keep it up. And, it looks like they are testing the mod packs for 1.6.4, which I know is like a whole version below Minecraft. But, they are testing them right now, and they said they had 4 of the packs ready to go. And so that's pretty awesome. So all new Feed the Beast should be starting up here pretty quick. I'm gonna go ahead and since I'm kind of in charge of it, uh, just start a whole new map, I think. And well, gonna have to. There isn't gonna be a choice. We've got way too much Red Power stuff in it, and since Red Power didn't get updated in time, or if it ever gets updated, don't leave nasty comments. That's a... You don't know what Red Power is. The mod maker hasn't had a lot of time to update, and so some people are very rabid fans for that mod pack. I think it's okay, and I do love the micro blocks that are in it, but that's about all I use from it. And I don't know why I just got back down here. But it's not going to be in the next round of mod packs because it didn't get updated, and so I mean that's just a simple fact. It didn't update. It doesn't get in, and I mean it's been a year, probably over a year since the last update for that mod, and still haven't updated. So I don't know if it'll ever be updated, because sometimes that happens to mods, quite often probably. Mod comes out and it's a lot of work to update it to the next version, so it doesn't happen. And actually, you know, I didn't do it there, but I should probably do the overhanging roof a little bit here. What do you think? Like so. Whew. I just about flung myself off there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to updated Feed the Beast. Although, you know, I'm still enjoying at least doing my tutorial series on the 1.47 version that I'm playing, so but it'll be exciting to have to start over from scratch with no supplies and no idea what's going on, and a whole new round of... I'm gonna do one more on the roof here, I think. Yeah, a whole new round of mods to figure out and machines to learn about, and it's gonna be fun. I'm hoping it's soon, but I've been hoping for an update since June, I think. The trick is, and this will be the last thing we talk about, and then we gotta go because I'm already overtime now. I'm always overtime on this, it seems like. The trick is that they use a mod called Forge. If you care about why it takes so long to get a mod pack like Feed the Beast updated, this is why. So Minecraft updates to 1.64, and in the 1.64 update, well, the 1.5 update too, the 1.5 update and the 1.6 update changed the way the game works, and the 1.7 update changed the way the game works, and the 1.7 update added new biomes, which changes everything. And because if you have stuff written to do certain things in certain biomes, and suddenly the biomes aren't the biomes that you used to have, you got to redo everything that refers to biomes in your coding. But so Mojang updates Minecraft, which is awesome because I love it when the game updates, because there's nothing like having an ever-changing world. It's one of the reasons I love MMOs. And so then you've got this mod called Forge Mod Loader, FML. I think that's what it stands for. Don't leave me mean messages if I'm wrong. And Well, Forge is like the basis for everybody to be able to make their mods. There's a couple of them, but Forge is one of the big ones, and I think you can do mods without Forge, but most people use Forge. Um, it's been a while since I looked. I know that there's something besides Forge you can use. I just don't remember what it is, because I use Forge. Really, dude? You couldn't just let me finish this? And so, whoops, I dug right in the ground there. And so, well, it takes Forge a little bit to update, right? So 1.6.4 comes out officially, and the Forge coders are, because you can't go, oh well, here's a snapshot. Let's code for the snapshot, because things are going to change in the snapshots to that's not going to work, is it? That needs to go up one more. Things are things are gonna change in the snapshots. I really gotta finish this. I gotta stop building so I can finish what I'm saying here. Okay, so you got Minecraft updates. You got Forge. It's gotta build itself off the update. It's gotta wait for the official version to come out before it can update. The mod makers can't make or update their mods without Forge, because they have to work within the Forge structure. So they have to wait till Forge is done, then when Forge is done, then the mods can be updated. And, well, when 1.5 came out and Forge finally gets done making the 1.5 updates, well, then the mods can start making 1.5. Well, then before they could even get the 1.5 updates done, 1.6 came out and changed how some of the stuff worked. And so then you gotta wait for Forge again to get the 1.6 updates done, even though they just did the 1.5, since they have to go back in. And it's all voluntary. It's not like somebody owns these things, or most of them anyways. And so people just wasted all their free time trying to get 1.5 out when 1.4 came out, so now they got to find the time again to do the 1.6. And so we are just getting to the point where all the major 1.6 mods are done. And so there's actually some I use that are still in development for 1.6. And so they're not even ready for the 1.7 stuff yet, because they haven't finished the 1.6 stuff. And since 1.6 changed the way the game works and 1.5 changed the way the games work, all the mods have to update for 1.6 or 1.5, 1.6, because that changed the sound, and like network stuff just got changed in 1.7, and 1.8 is probably going to be a major update again for mod makers, but they're hoping to streamline the process. So should be getting to the point where maybe it's a little smoother for mod makers. Let's hope so, because I love modded Minecraft maybe a little more than I like vanilla. Ouch. Alright, I'm going to end it here. We've got the shell of our building pretty much done. And so, look at that dude in his chainmail. I'm going to hide over here. And so I will get the inside split up between two floors. Oh, I can't. Skeletons, man. Skeletons. I'll get the, like I said, the inside split between two floors, and maybe get some of the inside decorations done, and then we'll try and figure out what we're gonna do for a walkway between the two, and then we should be just about done with this project, and this section of the city will be complete, and then we can move. In my head, they're divided into sections. So the next section to work on is either going to be behind the restaurant here and the warehouses, which is where we're going to start getting into the lower class section of town, with a lot more wooden buildings, less stone and Stupid Enderman. And then we got this whole section here too that I still don't know what to do with. So maybe one of these days I'll figure that out. But I've already taken way too long for this episode. So click like if you like, subscribe to be sure and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.